Okay, we're going to do a painting of a dragon and a fairy. This is part 2. Painting in watercolor by Jim Brinke. We will begin by painting the dragon's claws while using an angular brush and raw sienna. We will be doing the 3 claws. Now this will be the light. In watercolor you paint light to dark. So we'll do the light, then we will wait for the claws to dry before we go back and put in the dark side. You'll notice that I'm painting in the direction that the claws move or are shaped. This will help to create the 3D look when the image is finally completed. Once we get the 3rd claw done, we'll start on the hand. Here again, like on the head, we follow the contour lines. To get the 3D appearance, there are several ways you can do it. One is doing contour. The other is doing light and dark. And then the 3rd is using the combination of the 2. I like using the combination of the 2 because it also helps to create some texture, or in this case the wrinkles in the fingers and in the hand are created by the contour lines. Now this is where using watercolor pencils comes in handy, because you can draw in those lines, and then by not over mixing when you're applying the washes, you can leave the lines that you want visible so you can create the contour lines. Now the hand we used only burnt umber. Now we're going to turn this and start working on the claws. Here we're using a lighter wash of burnt umber to create the dark sides of the claws. And then we kind of feather it out to get the cylindrical shape, or cone shape actually. The claws are actually just really long cones, slightly bent. So you use the technique you would use for a round object like that to create the 3D appearance. Okay, now we're going to start on the teeth. We're using a round brush here and a really, really light wash of burnt umber. A lot of water, very little color. Now if we get the teeth a little bit too dark, we can always go in with the paper towel and dab it off a little bit. Now I start in the back and then I go from left to right and then from right to left in the front. That way I don't get my hand in the paint while I'm painting. Now while we're waiting for that to dry, we're going to go in with our Hooker's Green Dark and paint the shin guards and the little outfit she's wearing and her arm guard. We jump around a little bit when we're painting because we have to wait for the colors to dry before we paint anything next to them because we don't want them to bleed over. Turn it over a little so we can get access to the outfit without smearing the paint. So we're almost done here with part 2. We'll get the arm guard done, and then we'll have to call it quits while we wait for the paint to dry. And then we'll start part 3. And we will finish up with the hair, the wings, and the rest of the mouth of the dragon. So there we go. Check out my shop, jimbrinkegallery.etsy.com, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you like what you see here. If I get enough interest, I'll do videos every week.